Dr. Jack Barchas, who last served as psychiatrist-in-chief at New York Presbyterian Hospital from 1993 until 2018, has built an accomplished career in psychiatry, neuroscience, education, research, and writing. Growing up in Los Angeles, California as one of 7 children, Dr. Barchas was always an inquisitive and studious child, and early on he became fascinated by medicine and biology. He found medicine in all its aspects to be important and satisfying, and his parents, both of whom were interested in the history of science and ideas, encouraged their son's interests. He attended Pomona College, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts in 1956, then Yale Medical School in New Haven, Connecticut, where he earned a Doctor of Medicine in 1961. He spent a year as a medical intern at the University of Chicago between 1961 and 1962. His career in medicine began officially in 1962, when he spent 2 years in the Public Health Service at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland, before coming to Stanford Medical School for a residency in psychiatry. He was immediately given an opportunity to establish a laboratory for behavioral neurochemistry. He was an assistant professor from 1967 to 1971 and an associate professor in psychiatry from 1971 to 1976. The program was successful and received a number of awards, which led the Pritzker family to make an extremely generous and transforming donation, rare in that era in psychiatry. In 1976, the laboratory was renamed the Nancy Pritzker Laboratory of Behavioral Neurochemistry, and Dr. Barchas was named to the newly established Nancy Friend Pritzker Professorship. His scores of trainees went into multiple fields in many different places, have had interesting and valuable careers, and 7 have thus far been elected into the National Academy of Medicine. He was associate chair of the department from 1982 to 1987, and throughout the 1980s was a co-founder and co-chair of the Science Advisory Board at Neurex Corporation, a neuroscience research company in Menlo Park. In 1990, Dr. Barchas joined the psychiatry faculty at the University of California, Los Angeles David Geffen School of Medicine as a professor and dean of neuroscience and research development until 1993. At New York Presbyterian Weill-Cornell Medical Center, he was offered the chairship of its psychiatry department, the Barclay McKee Henry Professorship, and the psychiatrist-in-chief role. He feels each of his past opportunities was excellent preparation for the Weill-Cornell chairmanship. In 2018, he became a DeWitt Wallace Distinguished Scholar. Outside of his primary positions, Dr. Barchas has been affiliated with numerous organizations throughout his career. A long-term member of the National Academy of Medicine, he chaired a committee for the Institute of Medicine, which resulted in a doubling of research funds for mental health, alcohol, and drug abuse. He served as executive director of the Pritzker Network on Mental Disorders for 10 years. For the Robert and Claire Passerow Foundation, he initiated and chaired for its 25-year history the Passerow Awards for exceptional achievement in cancer, cardiovascular, and neuropsychiatric disorders. Thus far, 6 of the awardees have subsequently received the Nobel Prize. He has authored more than 300 publications in the field and served as an editor of scientific papers, articles, texts, and journals. In all of his activities through the decades, he has paid special attention to persons of differing backgrounds and interests, as well as societal needs from privacy to civil rights and patients' quality of treatment. During his 25-year tenure as chair, the department received high rankings. Its Westchester division, of almost 300 beds, became the first psychiatric facility in North America to receive the coveted Plane Tree status for its creative and innovative humane care of patients. Throughout Dr. Barchas's career, he has found great enjoyment in the search for the unknown, working with others, seeing students and trainees flourish, communicating with the public, reaching for opportunities, considering one's strengths and needs, aiding his institutions and departments, and having a chance to learn and grow in multiple ways through the decades.